What's up, ring makers? This is Trevor, and today we're going to be going over the October set box.
Every month, we dive into epic tutorials that break down everything you need to know to make awesome rings with your monthly sub box. We'll cover the tools, the materials, and techniques you need to turn your box into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Whether you're a first-timer or a pro, you're in the right place.
Alright, so let's hit that like and subscribe button and let's get started. Alright, so in this month's sub box, we're including a white ceramic ring blank, orange pigment and glow powder, our candy apple opal, and we're throwing in a pretty big freebie this time. It's this box of sandpaper rolls. This box is a game changer for ring making. It keeps your sandpaper organized and within reach. There's no more hunting for that right piece of sandpaper. It's all right here in one spot.
So just as a tip before we start this ring, since we are using ceramic, I would recommend wrapping your mandrel in some electrical tape just to act as a buffer between the metal and the ceramic. And that way you'll have a less likely chance of cracking that ceramic ring blank when you're tightening your mandrel up. But as we start, I'll be adding a thin layer of our thick CA followed by our candy apple opal. I'm just pouring that over the top of it and then gently pushing everything into that channel with the back of my tweezers. And once everything is situated in that channel, I'm adding our glow powder mixture and then just softly blowing away the excess. Once I am satisfied with that, I'm just going to put a few drops of our super thin on top of that to wet everything and hold everything together. Just enough to change that color of the pigment, not too much to make it drip all over. I will be adding just 1 or 2 sprays of accelerant to hold it in place and cure it quickly. Be aware not to use too much, or you can get some weird artifacts that may show up in your ring. After I put that base layer of our pigment and opal down, I'm just going to be building up the rest of the space with our thin CA, our super thin CA. I'm doing this to add more depth to the ring, and that way it will give you a nice illusion of depth in the finished product. I will be continuously adding just 2 or 3 drops of that super thin until it cures, until that inlay channel is built up all the way, even a little bit over the top of that channel, so it's a little bit concave. Just so that I don't have any low spots when I'm sanding. It'll just save some time. And after that is all cured, I will be just taking the rotary tool with 80 grit sanding drums and sanding away that excess buildup on the top of the ring to get everything flush. Since it is white ceramic, sometimes when you are sanding with your rotary tool or whatever you're using, you can get some like brown lines or streaks that show up on that white ceramic. Generally, when you go through the finishing process with the sandpaper and wet sanding, those will go away. If you do have some more stubborn ones, you can try and use just some of that step 1 diamond polishing paste that we have as well, and that can help clean up those marks if you do get them. After that wet sand, I'm just looking for any of those holes or gaps that may have been exposed when we did that. I did find one on this, so I just took the sharp end of a razor blade. Be careful if you use a razor blade not to cut yourself. And I'm just kind of almost plucking that gap a little bit just to get out any weird artifacts and make it easier for our super thin or pigment to go into it. And I do just pour a little bit of that pigment on to fill in that hole. And I will be then adding one more layer of super thin, and I'm building the ring back up a little bit so we get that concave shape over that inlay channel that we are looking for. And once it's built up enough, usually 2 or 3 more layers of the super thin will do it for you. And after it is built up and cured, I wet sand with 220 again, and I'm sanding until it's almost down to flush with that ring channel. I'm leaving just a bit above so that I don't end up making a indent in the ring when I'm sanding. And then after that, I'm switching to 500 grit, sanding a bit more, just 1 pass usually, sometimes 2 with that 500 grit. And when it's almost completely flush, I switch over to 1000 grit and just give it a nice wet sand with that. Usually again, 1 or 2 small strips of that 1000 grit should clean everything up nice. And to really make the ring shine, I like adding the step 1 polishing paste, the diamond polishing paste, and a little bit of the rough polishing paste that we also have. And I feel like that diamond paste will clean up any small micro scratches that you may have had, and then that polishing paste really just gives it a nice shine. Okay, we're finished, and here is the final ring look. Make sure to comment below what you think about this month's sub box and the sandpaper dispensers. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell so that you never miss a new tutorial. Until next time, happy ring making. Thanks guys.